The SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey is set to take on Shotzi at Survivor Series live event on November 26th. The title match was made official in the November 11th WWE SmackDown, where Shotzi defeated Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Sonya Deville, Lacey Evans, Xia Li in a six-pack challenge to emerge as Ronda Rousey's next challenger. Shotzi takes a lot of shit. I see it all over the internet. I see Twitter, and a lot of it is not unwarranted. Let's get that right. I understand. I think some of it's unwarranted, and then some of it's not. I get Shotzi has like this tendency to say some real immature shit online and then not understand that there's ramifications, right? You have to understand every word that you speak out has to be calculated, Shotzi. It just does. If you're going to say something and you're going to say it in a heel way, don't run away from it. Embrace it. Even if you fucked up, embrace it. Play the bad guy. You can be the bad guy. I don't think Shotzi likes to be the bad guy, but you can be the bad guy. I'm not going to ignore the fact that she's done some questionable things. What I will focus on is marketability. The marketability standpoint from Shotzi. She's everything you want in a women's pro wrestler in the WWE, right? She has a genuinely unique look. Like, she does not look like the other girls, and that's a good thing. She has a genuine personality. You watch any interview with Shotzi, she's the same person. She's not putting on a character. Who she is outside the ring, it translates to who she is inside the ring, and that makes for a genuine experience, right? She's quirky in a good way. She's fun, right? She's Halloween all the fucking time. That's what she's like if Halloween just was 365 days a year, that's Shotzi. And that's good, right? Horror movie. That's who she is. She's an attractive woman, and she has serviceable ring skills. She's not the best. She has time, but she's not the best. She's definitely not the worst, not even close. She's serviceable. She gets in the ring and she gets the job done, and it's believable for me. Now, does she make some mistakes? Yeah, everybody does. Is the crowd or the IWC a little harder on her because she goes on Twitter and says things? Oh, sure, 100%. But that's IWC. You have to take them out of the equation, especially if you're looking for a run in WWE. And it can't be overlooked. I mean, I'm going to overstate this. You can't overlook her marketability with kids as well. My kids love her. My kids think she's fucking amazing. They think she's so cool. We had to drive around the city for like 3 weeks looking for a Shotzi toy that I thought was non-existent until we went into a specialty shop where they sold like this premium $40 Shotzi figure. But like that's what it meant to my child. So she is marketable to kids, and kids buy into like the whole Halloween thing year round. Green hair. Everything about Shotzi screams, to me, she is what you get if you take Sasha Banks and Paige and you mash them together and you create a wrestler. It's marketability. It's the best of both. And so this is a big opportunity. I think this is the right decision by Triple H. Now, realistically, let's be realistic. Like, let's come back to earth for a second. She's a placeholder for Ronda Rousey because she needs an opponent at a big show, and you're the new fresh face that we can put in front of Ronda Rousey. That's what this is. Sucks, but we know that's what it is. But let's remember, let's real talk now. I'm cooling off on Triple H. I know everybody else, and I got no problem. I'm glad you guys are able to hold that excitement longer than I can, but I'm cooling off a little bit on Triple H here. I don't know if he's the savior of pro wrestling that we thought he was going to be, or if he just kind of came out the gates hot. And I'm not willing to like drink the Kool-Aid and start buying into the religion that Triple H is saving the wrestling industry, because I do believe right now, more of the same. Ronda's going to hold this belt for the foreseeable future, and we're locked in on who our champions are kind of locked in. And going forward, I think Triple H has booked himself into some corners that we'll talk about on Friday. But right now, what I say is, how unpredictable would it be if Shotzi actually won this match? If actually in the SmackDown's women's division, there was an era of unpredictability. Liv could be champion. Shotzi could be champion. Ronda could be champion. Shayna could be champion. We need some movement in those belts, because right now those belts are fucking stagnant. Gunther's not losing anytime soon. I don't think Seth Rollins is losing anytime soon. Roman's damn sure not losing anytime soon. Usos probably aren't losing anytime soon. So the only belt we have bounced, we threw the 24/7 title, the one title that changed hands all the time. We threw it in the trash can. And so the only title that's going to move around is what? The women's tag team titles. And we're supposed to buy into the fact of like, this is real predictability, believability, all that. I don't get it. What if Shotzi won? What would it hurt? You can get that belt back on Ronda at any time. She can beat Ronda. I mean, she can beat Shotzi. Ronda can beat Shotzi at any time and take the belt back. But what if she won? What is the unpredictability there? That to me, I still don't understand Ronda Rousey. This enigma of Ronda Rousey, the Ronda Rousey situation, as I like to call it. Like is she still moving the needle the way we're supposed to believe she is? I don't see a ton of fanfare. I don't see a ton of crowd reaction for Ronda Rousey anymore. I don't see the mainstream media jumping on her appearances in WWE and screaming like, oh my God, the UFC girl, she's now a wrestler. So I don't know that every time she holds the belt, I don't know that we're just elevating the product to this new level. I will admit that Ronda Rousey looks more comfortable in the ring, wrestling, but she is still so rough on a microphone. For somebody who's been in the public spotlight for a hot minute now, who's been in professional wrestling now long enough that you either got it or you don't, and I don't see it. She speaks like a high school student giving a presentation in front of an auditorium, someone who fears public speaking. It's very muted and quiet and like that's cool. Ronda doesn't need to talk, but also I don't know that she's not Charlotte, guys. She's not Becky Lynch. She's not a pillar of the division. If Ronda Rousey disappeared tomorrow, I don't think anybody cries. I don't think anybody's that sad. And that's not an indictment against Ronda Rousey. It's just to say that like I think some of this long-term title holding is starting to take a toll on people. And on this Friday's podcast, I do really want to talk about with Level Up Lauren, who's the next champion that's going to fall? Because it's starting to look like all these champions are their feet are in cement and they're kind of locked into their position. But all predictions say that like these are the champions we're supposed to have when we get to WrestleMania, right? They're talking about Ronda Rousey fighting against Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns fighting against The Rock, right? Gunther versus Cena or Sheamus at WrestleMania. Like, I don't, at this point, who's next? What's the next domino to fall? And don't tell me tag team champion, that the Damage Control. Like, that's an afterthought. You guys, for so long, didn't care about those belts that you have to earn back our trust on those belts. Man, give Shotzi some burn. It can't be worse than Liv Morgan. It could be better than Liv Morgan. I mean, the new Liv Morgan is even more interesting. Like, I'm not sure WWE knows how to book right now when it comes to an unestablished champion. I think there's a little bit of a worry there. I don't know that Triple H has proven that he can book a champion that is unestablished. He didn't do it with Liv Morgan. He wasn't able to do it with Liv Morgan. So I fear that right now Triple H is in kind of cruise control and he's got the belts on the big boys and he's going, we have a lack of mid-card titles right now because the United States title is a major title. And he's going, we're just going to coast with the ones we know we got. And this will definitely make sure that everybody knows who the champions are.